Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is our year to shine and our discussion on Francine Jay's book, The Joy of Less. I'm going to be talking about the next part of the house as we are talking about being more of a minimalist, and it's appropriate that I'm coming to you from my bed, not only because I've been spending a lot of time here, but because the next room is the bedroom. So I hope that you are starting to go through your place one by one with the rooms. We did this last year during our Simple Abundance year, but it was a bit different. And Francine, remember, encourages us to streamline in each room. And you can go back and watch that streamline video so that you have all the words, and we'll touch upon some of them tonight. So I thought it was interesting in this section. Remember, Francine told us when we were talking about the living room that that she and her husband didn't really use their living room. They didn't have a TV. So you can already tell that she's living a very simple life. And here comes my kitty co-host, Annabelle, here. And in the bedroom, she's actually sharing that they just sleep on a futon mattress on the floor. They don't even have to have bedside tables because they're down on the level of the floor. So they kind of use the floor as their bedside table areas. And again, with the floor being the largest surface, she's really proud of all the space that they have in their room. And why I say I think this is interesting is because that would be the true essence of living in a minimalist way. For me, I like to decorate. I like to have furniture, and so I don't see myself downsizing, but I can appreciate trying to make sure that your bedroom feels like it's spaced out and airy. Remember when we talked about it last year too, it's like it's supposed to be, well, Sarah called it the boudoir, but it is really supposed to be like the haven and the room with, ideally without electronics, and it's where you sleep, it's where you may have sex, it's where you may snuggle with your pet, it's where you might read, or you're just lounging in the morning and maybe you have breakfast in bed occasionally. So it's that room of R&R. So again, we're going to streamline, and in starting over, if you can take all the stuff out. You might realize that, she says, like, by definition, the room is for sleeping. And remember, with each room, we're supposed to be having these modules. So anything that's in the bedroom should really be just appropriate for what's happening in that room. So, maybe you do read before bed, so you might have a book, but that doesn't mean you have a bookshelf in there with tons of books. I don't know. I suppose that's more of a living room thing, right? If you even have those tons of books. You probably wouldn't if you're paring down. But so, and also that might be where you get dressed. So she does say that there might be wardrobe items like a bureau or a closet. And she wants us, how when in the living room we left the house and then walked back in and pretend that we were coming in for the first time, she just says to lay down in the bed and look around. Yeah. And that's when you can kind of see, like, oh, how did I get a big pile of magazines? Or she really says something that is true. The bedroom might be the place that things get shoved into when all of a sudden you have unexpected company. And so you might look around and be like, wow, how did all the kids' toys get in here? Or how is there laundry everywhere? It is sort of like that hidden room, unless you're one of the people that has everybody put their coats on your bed when they visit. Then you might want to keep it extra clean. But decluttering is probably easier in the bedroom because you might not have a lot of clutter in there, unless it's like doubling as your home office or something like that. she does say we are going to do the clothes paring down separately. So even as you're working in this room with the closet or the bureau or anything, you don't have to do that yet. The main function of our bedroom is to provide space for space for sleeping and clothes storage. Therefore, when we ask the resident items their reason, remember how we're asking everything, what is your reason? The answer better have something to do with rest, relaxation, or wardrobe. Otherwise, they may face deportation, she says. Let's discuss the things that don't belong there, but they often try to muscle their way in. So again, this is where she's talking about the laundry basket, socks, t-shirts. Yeah, and again, if you are wanting it to be a romantic room, some of those things in the clutter are not going to be very romantic. And it's not the place to have your craft supplies. Remember, that would be in something that's hidden in the living room that you can grab easily to work on. And again, she says she doesn't like the knickknacks, but she does say a few special pieces are acceptable, but do question whether you need 15 of them lined up across your dresser. The more stuff on your surfaces, the harder they are to clean. And who wants to spend extra time on housework? Exactly. Our bedrooms are our own little worlds, she says. Few outsiders enter this intimate space, and those that do know us pretty well. That's true. You're not really going to show your bedroom to everybody. Therefore, we can feel free to explore our minimalist fantasies here without regard for social norms. So that's why she said she doesn't mind about the fact that they have their mattress on the floor. It sounds like maybe she and her husband they like to pick up and travel a lot. So I can understand why you wouldn't want to have a whole lot to discard or try to move elsewhere. So maybe if I were living that lifestyle, then I wouldn't mind that. But I like to have furnishings, I guess. She says, the point I want to emphasize is that you don't have to own certain pieces of furniture simply because it's expected. Just because a bedroom set has 6 matching pieces doesn't mean you have to buy or keep all of them. Not everyone needs a vanity. Not everyone needs a dresser. Not everyone needs a nightstand. Just like she said, how they don't even have nightstands. Seek to minimize your linens. Now, I did this recently. I had sheets from back to when I was 20 years old. And in all different sizes, and I don't even have a double bed or anything now in the house. I don't know why I was holding on to those things, but when I did this last move, I did get rid of stuff. And she does say you can get away with maybe one set of sheets, but ideally 2, because then you can rotate them in the wash. For your bedroom to be peaceful and serene, everything in there must have a place. And so again, it might be a matter of getting little under the bed totes if you're using that, and making sure that everything fits. So maybe it will be time to downsize if you're struggling to find hangers that, to even contain your clothes in a small closet. Cosmetics really are supposed to be in the bathroom. And remember, we did the inner and outer circle. Things for deep storage in the bedroom. She said she can't even think of a single bedroom item that would be in deep storage. Maybe it would be some extra linens if you do have a guest room or something like that. If you don't have a linen closet anywhere in the house, use modules in the bedroom for your extra bedding. Yeah. If you keep grooming items in the bedroom, make modules for them. Okay, yeah. So those are some of the things that really would go in the bathroom, but if you have to have them in your room, then you need to make them into modules. And then make sure you maintain your bed is a functional surface, she says. So she's not a big fan of having a lot of decorative pillows. And I remember in movies, it's like that's such a thing that women like to have, and men don't always like that. take a cue from luxury hotels and keep it simple. She suggests things like crisp white sheets and pillowcases topped with a fluffy duvet, and that makes for a heavenly minimalist retreat. I have had a duvet for 25, maybe longer than that, years, and I do like it because it keeps you warm in the winter and it keeps you cool in the summer, and you can change out the covers for them too. So I like duvets. Of course, the bed isn't the only surface that requires monitoring. The more pieces of furniture you have, the more vigilant you need to be, right? Because if you have a lot of furniture, then, like, say you have a whole bunch of dressers, then you're probably going to have more clothes than you really need to. The bedroom may not see the same traffic as other parts of the house, however, it still needs daily maintenance to keep it clean. Number 1 on the agenda is to make the bed every day. Do you do that? I like the feeling of doing that. And with my duvet, it's really easy. It's just basically like pulling. I don't have under sheets or anything except for a top sheet. So it's just a matter of like straightening up the duvet and then putting the pillows back. Some people just hate making the bed though, and I can understand it. You know, Mark Cuban from Shark Tank, there was somebody that came in with a bed related item, and he said, and maybe he probably has a maid that makes his bed, but he said that he read somewhere that you spend X amount of hours in your life making your bed, and he just decided that he was going to refuse to do that and use that time elsewhere. So he refuses to make his bed. So he didn't want to invest in that bed product. I thought that was interesting. But she makes a point: when the bed is undone, a mess in the rest of the room doesn't seem out of place. So, I mean, the bed, it really is the focal point in a bedroom, right? Scan the room for wayward things. When you take off a jacket or a sweater or a pair of stockings, especially if you're falling into bed after a long day, the item fails to reach its appropriate place, usually, yes. So you have to, that's part of daily maintenance, is making sure maybe the night before you were too exhausted and you didn't put those things away. Well, don't let it become a common thing every day. And then monitor your bedroom's uninvited guests. If you catch a toddler's stuffed toy or spouse's tennis racket lurking in the corner, don't invite it to stay. When you finish reading that mystery novel, don't let it take up the residence by your bedside table. Unless you keep a bookshelf in your bedroom, return it to the appropriate module in the living room. Clear the room before you close your eyes, and you'll wake up to a wonderful, serene space each morning. Yeah. You know, she doesn't talk at all about, like, wall decor or anything. I suppose it's maybe like a feng shui sort of thing. But when I think about the bedroom, and when I think about other things about it, like wanting it to have pleasing colors and things that are restful. So there's a lot you could look up about the bedroom. And I'm thinking about the bedroom tour I did for you guys last summer, maybe. And thanks for bearing with me. I am very sick, but I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there, and I'm keeping up my spirits, but I gotta take it easy. So I will be coming to you as I'm able, and I'm hoping. I have had some good days and bad days. Today has been medium, not horrible. Yesterday was really bad, but I will come to you when I can, and we are working our way through. We're just about halfway through, which is perfect because we're getting close to the end of April, and I will be taking this through till May. And thank you for all your nice comments and for being here on the channel, and I will see you on the next video. I didn't even look to see what the next one is. The next one, it's the wardrobe stuff. Makes sense because we were just in the bedroom where our clothes probably are. All right. Have a good night. Sending you all lots of love. Bye-bye.